the Nuggets, if they're facing elimination and they dig deep and they force a Game 7, on the whole, what impressed you the most about that win?
Well, one, they got physical. They got physical all across the board. Jokic and Murray, and shout out to Murray for playing through his illness, but it was the others, right? You know role players play better at home. Christian Braun and Strada were some dogs out there, right? Not just the points that they scored, the second efforts defensively and offensively, attacking the offensive glass. We saw a different Denver Nuggets team who, coming into this postseason, was one of the worst defensive teams. All of a sudden, we saw them dig deep on that home court. And Jokic is going to be Jokic. But again, it was the physicality, a brawl for it all. But let me say this. We can't frame it up any better. Game 7, MVP candidate versus MVP candidate. OKC is going to be rocking. I expect a brawl for it all.
Okay, so that being said, on Sunday, the Nuggets, they've pushed the Thunder this far, the top seed in the NBA. What chance do you give Denver of pulling off the upset on the road, beating the top seed at their place in Game 7?
Well, I give them about 40% chance.
We got 40.
Yeah, 40% chance just because they have Jokic, and he's capable of going for a 50-point or 60-point triple-double. I believe Oklahoma City wins this series in 7 games. I think all the young guys, they're going to feed off the energy of that crowd, that arena. I played in that arena. I know how electrifying it could be. And I just think that the Oklahoma City Thunder are going to strap up defensively. Again, we go back to the point that I made and the term we hear all the time. Role players play better at home. So I expect Cason Wallace, Luke Dortz, I expect those guys to elevate their game, bring a certain type of tenacity and energy. It's going to be hyped up in there. To be honest with you, OKC is probably going to punch first. I believe it's going to be a 10-point win for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Okay.
It's hard to win in that arena.
You said 40% chance of the Nuggets winning, so that makes 60% chance of Thunder on Sunday in the Oklahoma City area. And meteorology, too, right? I've got the weather down as well. Hey, Perk, just when you talk about a Game 7, we have seen teams at home that have had a huge advantage in Game 7s, but this Thunder team is the youngest team in the NBA. They're facing the nucleus of a Nuggets team that won the title a couple of years back. How does that factor into this game on Sunday?
Well, you never want to disrespect championship experience, right? But also you're dealing with a team that don't know no better, right? And that's the Oklahoma City Thunder, right? It's just going to be another game for them. They're going to keep their identity. The one thing we know about this team, especially at home, they're going to get scrappy, right? They're going to hang their hats on the defensive side of things. We expect this young ball club to come in with a certain level of physicality. They have a championship leader in the locker room, Alex Caruso, who's going to make sure he delivers the right message for us in the locker room tonight to be prepared. And here's the thing. Game 7s, if you give a damn, it's stressful as hell. They don't play again till Sunday. So I expect guys to lose sleep. I expect guys to be stressed the hell out because that's part of the playoffs, especially when you're trying to go and actually go get it done of actually winning the championship or even advancing to the next round to get to the conference finals. It's supposed to be stressful. It's supposed to be hard. But I think this OKC team is going to rise to the occasion solely because they're going to feed off the energy of that crowd in Oklahoma City.
Hey, I just want to go back to Jamal Murray for a second, get your thoughts on that. The guy wakes up this morning, feels terrible. He's sick. He plays, and he plays really well. Have you ever been in a situation like that? How does that factor into how somebody performs, especially in an important game, an elimination game like tonight?
Well, look, I don't get sick often, you know what I mean? I take very good care of myself.
Drink a lot of soda out there, I know that.
But I do. Dr. Peppers, I love them. But here's the thing. Here's the thing, though, right? Check this out. I have been in that situation. I wasn't sick, but I was playing through a growing tear. And I played through it the entire postseason, and it was just hell. But listen, a lot of guys, when you talk to a lot of former players, they have regrets. A lot of guys wish they could have played on a team in their career that had a real legit chance of winning the NBA championship or being a title contender. When you have a roster and you have an opportunity to actually go and compete for a title, you want no regrets, and you're willing to play through it all. So again, I understand Jamal Murray was, feeling under the weather, but kudos to him because he came in, set the tone in that first quarter, and he came in and delivered in great fashion because he's been struggling over the last 3 games, especially in the fourth quarter. Jimmy with the heat, I'm on fire. It's NBA, I'm a